Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be an update on my bought it, forgot it video. So these are all the various bits that I had set aside to make sure I tested out and decide whether I was going to keep them or not and that sort of thing. So I thought I'd let you know how I got on and what products I'm keeping and if I'm going to add anything to it while taking something else out. You know, the usual sort of stuff. So the first thing I have is this Too Faced lipstick in Drop Dead Red. I did wear this a few times this month. You would have seen it in my videos from last week. It's a bit of a slippery lipstick. I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of the consistency of it. It definitely does need a lip liner, without a doubt. It is a beautiful colour on the lips, but I'm just not the biggest fan of this lipstick. I will keep hold of it. I may not use it very often because I worry it's going to end up in my teeth at some point. But yeah, I got it in the sale, so I wasn't paying too much for it anyway, so I don't mind that I'm not the biggest fan of it. It is a lovely colour, so as long as I make sure I use loads of lip liner, it's normally fine. The next product is an eyeshadow from e.l.f. and this is a pressed powder. It's a pressed mineral eyeshadow in Wine Tour, and I haven't actually used that this month at all. So I have added it to my weekly makeup basket for this week, so I will be using more of it, but yeah, I've just not got around to using it, unfortunately. Another eye product. This is the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in Light and Purple. I really like this. I have used it with some eyeshadows from Bare Minerals. No, from NARS, and also from somewhere else. And it was really nice. It's a good base. It is kind of sheer of itself, so it's not quite as full on as the colour you see in the little tub, but it's still a lovely base and it's something a wee bit different. So I really like this. It's going back in the collection. From Bare Minerals I have this Prime Time Eyelid Primer in Chroma Violet. This is another one I didn't get around to using, but I have put it into my weekly makeup basket, so hopefully we'll get around to using it soon. Another one I've not got around to using, I'll just quickly say, it's the Bare Minerals Lip Gloss in Puff Pastry. This is another one that's in my weekly makeup basket. Now, from Lush, this is an eyeshadow, cream shadow in Wise. And it is a nice colour. It's a real mossy green shade. It is a nice creamy consistency. If you apply this to your eyelid, you have to do one eyelid at a time. So I tend to put it on and then I use a brush just to blend it out a wee bit, or my finger. And you have to work quite quickly with this before it dries out. It does work okay as a base. Again, this is something I'm not the biggest fan of. It does go slightly yellow around the edges, so I have to always set it with another, like a powder eyeshadow that's a similar shade. So I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of this, but I will be keeping hold of it because we obviously can't return things and I'm not just going to chuck it out. I'll keep it for a while anyway. Another eyeshadow base. This is from Be Cosmetics and it's Be Stunning Vibrant Eye Shimmer, and this is in the shade Dusk Till Dawn, which is this metallic lilac shimmery kind of base. It's quite a spongy texture. I have used this with my Naked 3 palette and I've used it with some other eyeshadows, so it's a okay base. There's not a whole pile of payoff when you apply it to your eyelid. You know, you can't really build it up either, so it's definitely more of a base than anything else. But yeah, it's fine. It brightens the eye up a wee bit. From Urban Decay, this is still working. I tested it out to make sure it wasn't going to annoy my eyes, and it's an Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in Greed. So it's a goldy primer potion, and you just apply a little bit to your lid to brighten up a goldy look. Or I wear it with bronzy shadow sometimes, so I'll use this as the base and then I'll put a bronzy shadow over the top. Just something a bit different. This is fine. This hasn't irritated my eyes at all, and I need to get using it more. It's going to go in the eyeshadow drawer more now. Now, the final two items are highlighters. The first one is from Bare Minerals and it's the Love Affair. And this is a rosy gold toned highlighter, and I did actually manage to use this a few times this month, and yeah, I still love it. It's still a lovely creamy highlighter, and it's definitely different enough to my Rose Illuminator. I don't know if you can see it, that I'm going to keep hold of it for now. And the next one is from Me. This is like a shimmer brick, shimmer stack in Pink Zest. I've used this a few times. I generally tend to run my brush, if I'm looking for a highlighter, along the top two lines and blend those together. These actually could be used more as blushes, these shades here. I'm not the biggest fan of the packaging because the mirror tends to come out. It's going to stay now because I've pressed it in. But when you're out and about and you go to open it, I have had the mirror pop out on me a few times, which is a bit annoying. But the product itself is fine. I think it'll work better maybe in the summer or more in the springtime anyway. But yeah, it's a nice enough highlight. So I'm going to keep in the e.l.f. Mineral eyeshadow, which I said is already going back into is in my weekly makeup basket. Oh, I just can't talk. And the next is the Prime Time eyelid primer in Chroma Violet from Bare Minerals, and the Bare Minerals lip gloss in Puff Pastry. So I'm keeping those in to make sure I test them out more, and I'm actually going to add in some newer products. This has been gathering dust for such a long time. It's the Big Beautiful Eyes an eye contour kit, and it's from Benefit. I've had this for such a long time. This is supposed to be a creamy concealer and it looks a bit gross. It was the wrong colour for me anyway. And then you have an eyelid colour, a crease colour, and then you can line your eyes with this really dark brown colour. I've just not used this in ages because I've been using other things, so I thought it'd be good to use this up. It has just been gathering dust for such a long time. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that's the Benefit Big Beautiful Eyes Eye Contour Kit. So that's going in. From Gosh, I have this blush, and it is a multicolour blush in Pink Pie. See there. I have used these two colours a bit, the sort of lilac colour and this pinky colour. I've used those two. I already used these two. Maybe I should try contouring with the brownie shade possibly and use that as a highlight. I don't know, or as a nice peachy colour anyway. So I need to use this more. It has not really been used. It hasn't been used in a very long time. Another product that has barely been touched, and it's another shimmer quad. It's a Shimmer Shades Blushalicious, and it is from Collection. So I've not really used this for a very long time. It's probably going to be more appropriate in the summer, but I thought I'd dig it out now and see what it was like and actually use it a bit more. You can see where some of the squares have not even been touched properly. So this is getting dug out. Another blush is from e.l.f. and it's one of their HD blushes. It's a cream one in Diva, which is this fantastic pink colour. I haven't used this in donkeys, and I think it is about time I dug it out and tested it out a bit more and see if I like it. It looked like it had been starting to dry out when I picked it up. I don't think it is obviously, but yeah, I think it would be wise to use this before it goes off. The final thing is from e.l.f. and it's the High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. I've still got the wee plastic bit on top. It's just this white setting powder, and it is very finely milled, but there is a bit of glitter in it. And I need to figure out if I actually like this or not. It has been sitting in my drawer for so very long, and I've generally used my Well Rested from Bare Minerals. So I don't know, I'm going to test this out and see if I actually like it, because I wasn't too keen on it when I first got it, and then I seen somebody use it in a tutorial and it looked really nice. So I'm going to test this out and find out if I like it or not. So that is it for my update on my bought it and forgot it items, and a wee mini review and the newer ones I'm going to be testing out for the next 4 weeks. If you have any questions, let me know down below as always. And that is it. So thank you very much for watching. Please like if you like, please subscribe if you like, and I'll see you in my next video.